Live, NBC6 News at 5:30 starts now.
We have seen the uptick in COVID cases and hospitalizations nationally and here locally. COVID continues to be a concern in other parts of the world, too, and that includes war-torn Ukraine. We found a local company that wants to help. NBC6's Ari Adzer spoke to the CEO, whose mission is far from over. Ari?
Well, Jackie, they are watching their COVID numbers with some concern here at Jackson North. 65 patients in the system now with COVID as opposed to 53 last week. And they are also highly concerned about COVID in Ukraine, as the fighting there is still sending floods of refugees leaving the eastern parts of the country into western cities like Lviv, overcrowding hospitals in those cities. So a local healthcare entrepreneur figured he had the right prescription to assist there. And Ron Gutman just got back from Ukraine last night.
Inspired to be among such amazing people here.
Feeling moved by the fight against the Russian invasion, Ron Gutman went to Ukraine on a mission to help.
I mean, these people are in the front line of protecting freedom. And I think they're doing it for all of us. And we're seeing what's happening there. It's not right, and it shouldn't happen. It's amazing to see these things on the ground. But I went there exactly to understand the extent of the need.
Gutman's Miami-based company Intrivo makes COVID test kits and computer platforms that enable hospitals, for example, to discover a COVID cluster and isolate those employees.
The key basically is to make sure that when we catch these things, we nip the whole surge at the bud.
He donated $1 million worth of COVID testing kits, software, and hardware. As Gutman explains, the hospitals in western Ukraine are bursting at the seams with refugee patients from the devastated eastern parts of the country. If one doctor goes down for 10 days with COVID, it has a damaging ripple effect. He learned this and much more firsthand.
That they have multiple needs for healthcare-related products, services, devices that they're in shortage of.
For example, there's been a surge of stress-induced premature baby deliveries, so neonatology equipment is desperately needed.
Another hospital actually needed equipment, actually just IT equipment to manage the flow of patients that are coming in.
Back home now in Miami, Gutman is recruiting other healthcare companies to join him on his next trip to Ukraine to deliver goods and services for the country's recovery.
We already are seeing that people are ready to rebuild.
And it's pretty obvious that we can see that Gutman is anxious to get back to Ukraine next time with a posse of healthcare providers to really help those struggling hospitals there by donating all kinds of medical equipment. We're live at Jackson North. Ari Adzer, NBC6 News.